Hello and welcome. Now you know what is the view component, so let's create our first view component in this video. So if I open the application, I am running the npm run serve in the background so that anytime I bring the changes, it should compile down everything. So if I open my application, here we have one component called hello world here. So we have it by default. The reason they give you by default to easily quick start using it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to come here. We have a lot of things here. These are all the content you see in the website here. So if I am going to delete all of this content, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything from here until here. I will delete it. As soon as I save it, it is going to compile and it is going to reflect here. This is how it is going to work. So if I come here, what is the message? The message comes from the props here. For now, you don't have to worry about what is the message is going to do. For now, we can remove the props. We will later discuss about props and all other features of Vuejs. You can see we have a default component here. What I mostly do is I mostly save this one hello world here, save as this one as default.view. This is the default one. I'm not going to touch this one. Anytime I want to create a new component, I will simply save as the same file and give it a name. For example, I'm going to create a component called alert. So I will save it. This is my alert component. Now with the changes I want to bring on this one is, first of all, I remove the CSS. I don't need to use the CSS, and I will remove the props because we don't know what is props, so we don't use it also. Also, I'm going to remove the message here. Of course, I will explain that later for you. For now, you don't have to have any extra styling here. I will save it. We have an alert component. This is just we have created. We cannot use it now unless we register it and we will customize it for ourselves. So what you can do for now here to understand about the basic of component, every component must have a root element here. By that I mean if you have a div here inside the template, it cannot have a brother like a sibling or something beside this one, a div or not that one. Let's say you have a div, you cannot have it. As you can see, this is the ESLint feature that will give you some validation. It says that this is not a root template, so you cannot have both of them side by side. It means anything you want to have, if you want to have multiple tags, you must have them inside the div or inside the root element here, inside this one. So this is the basic. You have to know that every component must have a root element. Then you can write as much tag as you want inside this one. For now, this is the alert. So every component you have, it is going to export a name for itself. So for this one, we can give it a name of alert. We save it for now. This is all we have. So if I come to the bootstrap here, I will take the example from them. For now, we will take the example, but in future I will show you how you can use the same bootstrap and CSS in your Vuejs in the future video. For now, I will add just the basic alert. It has a class, a primary, something like that. So again, I will copy this code and I will add this one in our CSS. So this is all we have for now. So this will work just fine. If I save it, now we have an alert component with the basic styling and stuff like that. This is the basic stuff. So how you can use this one? You only created this one. In order to use it, you have to register it. How you register it? There are many ways like you can create your component. This is a separate or single file component. You have inline and you have a lot and some other ways also. I will show you in the future video. For now, when you create a component, you have to register it. So I will register it in the main.js file here. So in order to register, just use view.component, something like this. And inside this one, the component is going to accept true parameter. And as soon as I type something, it is going to give me some tips here. This is by ESLint. When we install this one, I said when you install ESLint, it is going to give you some tips. And this is just the best practice for developing any application. Different types of developer use different style. For now, they say that you have to use double quote. Now it is not going to give me a warning. Single quotation, double quotation, they matter for them. So that's why you can accept their advice or not. it is based on you. For now, if I write a single, it is just fine, but this just give you a little warning here. So the first parameter for the component is the name you give for your component. I will give it an alert name. An alert name is basically a tag name. Like anywhere in your application, you can use alert as a tag name and it will work just fine. And the second parameter is going to be the source of your component. Where is our component? It is in the component directory here. How you require it? Just use the word require, the function require, and say, and from the current directory dot, when we say dot slash, it means from the current directory go to component. Inside the component we have a file called alert.view. That is what we have. For now, if you save it, let's come to our application. This is going to compile, and here also you have warnings. There are so many warnings. You don't have to listen to them unless they are an error, because this is the ESLint things they are going to give you. Even for a small space, they are going to give you an error. So I don't care about that one for now. So it means we have registered this one successfully. Now how you can use it? This is the name. Where you can use it? Let's open our app.view here, or let's go to component. We have our hello world component here that we just remove the content. Here is the message. It means if I come to my app, basic app here, under the welcome, you have to be able to write your component. If you write alert, okay, this is not auto completing yet. So this is the alert we have. If you save it, come to the application, it is not going to show you anything here. Why? So let's refresh our page, and if I come to the console here, this is, we don't show any error. Sometimes it just it's stuck here. What you can do is you can click here and press enter. It just recompile everything, and now it is working just fine, and it will refresh your page again. But this time we have an error here. The Vue.js error, they are so much readable. You have to learn to read the error, and based on the error you can solve it the way you want. For now, this is the failed to mount component. If you get this error, what you can do is, when you register this one, you said you have your component here, append the default word here. When you append it, just save it. The default should be for this one. Now the name, the default name for our component is alert. So this time if I come, it is working just fine here. This is the alert simple. And now the nice thing about this is completely reusable. Now I can duplicate this one multiple times, save it, and I will have the same component multiple times here. How about if you want to change the content? This is super easy. So if you want to change the content, you can write the content here. Let's say first alert. Of course, in the future I will show you how you can make a lot of customizable component. This is the first step. That's why it is what we do with basic stuff. This is the second alert, and let's say last alert. You save it. If I come here, it's still, this is the old one. Anytime you want to write something here, you should come to your component, and you know we have hard coded this one. Instead of this one, what you can do is you can use something called a slot. For now, I will just write a slot. A slot means anything in our component content, if someone just put it here. For now, we have only the content here, but in future you have name slot, stuff like that. We will learn about them in future. For now, if you put something, if you put a slot here, it means anything in your component, if someone put it here, we will directly put that here. So if I come to my application, this is how it works. This is a lot reusable. Imagine if in the future you want to change anything about your alert, all you have to do is you open the alert.view and you bring all the changes here. So that is the basic of creating your component. So this is the most basic example of component in Vuejs, but there are a lot to learn about component, because it should be a lot flexible, and you have to be able to customize it. And so I hope it has been informative for you. If you have any question, feel free to ask below the video, and thank you for watching.